And that's set. Alright. Right. Let's see here. Make sure everything's set. Alright. Let's see where this up a bit. Alright. Let's do it really quickly. Press this. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Ready. Let's see. Start recording. Alright. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Alright, that's all rendering okay. That looks okay. Alright. So today's project is, well, all of these things, but the first thing is going to be, I don't remember what it is. So the first thing is going to be an explicit load button on Ribbon commits. So you need to be able to load specific versions of your room. So let's start on that. So we're going to go into the UI container, open this up, and then manage mode, main menu, version control menu, change set list, and then okay. Let's see what's the gap between these. Okay, so I can just actually just align these, so this can be deleted. This needs to be edited. And then we can public async void load this change set screen catch exception x log exception x manager.internal bug check fault code.standard specific version of this. Alright, so that's our error handling manager.clear loading screen. Alright, nice. So let's see, from there we need from there, yes, I know it's not async, but from there we need to load a specific change set. So do we have the change set ID saved? Version metadata. We do not have. Okay, we do have the index. Version ID. Okay, good enough. Right, so let's do await manager custom rooms handler dot load room, and then version ID is initial load, false, that's fine, and that should be about it, I believe. UDMP. Right, let me just spam some people's DMs. Right. So let's see here. Go back to CVR Discord. Alright, not much going on. Right, so let's see. That is all set, I think. So let's recompile that. And then from there, I can just do the UI work and fix what I've just broke. Right, so still nothing. Let's see. Who else might actually watch this? Right. Oh, hi Jai. Right. So we're working on the ability to explicitly load a specific commit on a room from the version control menu. Hi June. Right. So right. This is peak CVR development experience. Right. So we need to shift this upwards so that we can add an explicit load button. So duplicate. This is terrible UI, but honestly, not a problem because I don't care. So version control change set dot load this change set, and then explicit load. Now we can go graphic icon. Let's see, what's a good icon for this? Probably this. And then -90. That's a pretty good load icon, I think. That makes it pretty clear what it does. Let's see. I believe that's about it. So now we can just real quickly duplicate, move, duplicate, move, duplicate, move. Alright. And then we can go to the version control menu. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's one thing done. Hi, wait, let me look up what your name is this week, I forgot. Hi Tangle. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so just pick a random one, I take it. So let's see. What else do we have on the list? So I can check that off. Actually, I'll check that off on the Trello too. If we even have that on the Trello. We do not have that on the Trello. Interesting. I guess I'm just working ahead. Right. This is a lot going on. Right. Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize that. So let's see. We need to. Well, what's next? Setting profile picture. I'll go with that one. And I'm doing this right now. So pause. Okay, you can't. So let's see here. Okay, I just completely forgot what I was doing. Right, so setting profile picture. So that's pretty simple, I think, if we already have an API function for it. Profile. Set profile picture. Cool. So that's easy. That's easy. So go back into the UI, go to the photo browser, and then from there it should be pretty simple, I think. So let's hide that. I think it's in the social menu. Yeah, you might be dealing with a feature from like 1980. I don't know. I've used Java like 3 times in my life, honestly, so sounds like a you problem. just migrate your entire system to C#, easy. So this is under the social menu, content, image browser, container, and then this has image button. Nice. So I love when my assertion method just doesn't exist. Right. So I know you're serious, it's just hilarious because Java is a flawless language with no issues. Lambda. Wait, when did Java 8 come out? When did Java 8 come out? Let me look that up. I have no idea when it came out. Release date. 2014. You're right, Jai. Gradle is a terrible thing and never should have been invented. I know this because I had to deal with it for Unity at one point, which was lovely. So let's see. APs. I have no idea what acronym that is, honestly. At least Kotlin is better than just straight Java, right? I think. Advanced placement, that still doesn't clarify, honestly. Yes, I would like to use the multi-platform programming language on raw x86 assembly, thank you. That is all. I would not like to support ARM, I would not like to support Android, I would not like to support anything. I am just going to use purely straight x86 assembly. Absolutely nothing else. Oh, someone pinged me. That's unfortunate. I will read that later. Right, so... Alright. Okay, so... time to get back to the actual task at hand. So, setting profile picture. So, this is the social menu image button, which means it is not the same as a normal image button, so I don't need to worry about messing with the normal API for image buttons. So this is a separate thing, so if I change this, it won't break anything. So I can go public void set profile picture, and then, or no, I should make this async. Manager dot show loading screen. Why is that not imported? Import that. And then I need a serialize set as profile picture button. The processing power of 13 supercomputers. I know how that is with Unity. Like, I love the 10 minutes where my computer is just utterly unusable. It used to take me like a full-blown 24 hours just to compile, but luckily Unity got better with shader caching, so now it only takes 10 minutes, but my computer's unusable during that time. Let's see, so I have image data, which means I can get the uploader of the image, which means I can check if it's the local player, which means I can check if I can set as the profile picture. So set as profile picture button dot set active. compensation API.savedID equals image dot. Sorry, but why does the file path? Okay, that makes sense, but taken by .id. Okay, so now you can only set it if it is set as your current ID. So honestly, I have no idea how to do anything in Gradle.js, so you are speaking in tongues right now, but you do you. Also, tell me if I'm like, I don't know, like spitting on the microphone or something. I honestly have no idea. The microphone is, well, I mean, not ideal, but okay, so now we need to await task.run, async, await. Yes, it is under 13 meters of water. I can confirm this after diving to 13 meters. Compensation API.set profile picture, PFPID image.id. Right, that's pretty. Why is that an integer? IDs are supposed to be strings. Why is that an integer? Okay. So let's just real quickly look at okay. That's all I have to say is just okay. I'm just gonna slap a toString on that and call it a day. Because honestly, I really don't want to mess with these old APIs, because if I touch them, the entire API will explode. So yeah. So let's see, this should return a boolean. Okay, so equals success equals, yes, explosion, catastrophic nuclear detonation, as it were. And honestly, considering I have 10 days left basically until 2.0.0 needs to release, I'm not in the mood for breaking things. I'd really rather not. So let's see, so if not success, room join UI.show message failed to set profile picture 1F, and then manager clear loading screen. Can I use async await inside a try catch block? Because I just want to be uber safe. Exception X debug.log exception X, because I just want to log the exception. I don't want to stop execution, because this is honestly kind of important. I could just use try finally, actually. Finally, and then manager.clear loading screen, because this clear loading screen needs to run every time, otherwise we're going to get the infinite loading screen of doom, which is not good. Also, I need to actually add fix search player search performance to the list of things I need to do. Because right now it fetches them all in series, which is, well, obviously not ideal. So I need to fetch them in parallel with threads and stuff, which honestly isn't too hard, but it's just something that I need to re-architect. Let's see. Is there anyone actually on other than you two? Let me see. Oh, wow, there's 4 people. That's surprising. I'm guessing someone's lurking, because one of those might be like Restream bot or something, I don't know. Oh, wait, I have a message. Right, okay. So, we need to, okay, I need to stop, like, just zoning out. Can delete these 2, and then Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably just edit them manually. How wide are these? Let me turn on gizmos so I can see. We can probably fit a set profile picture button in there, or actually, it just occurred to me, if I show this in the view image instead of the browser, how does this look? Yeah, I could honestly probably set a I could easily fit a set profile picture button in there, because there's plenty of room in there. Hi, Opa. I'm currently working on this abomination of a to-do list at 9:02 at night. I have 10 days left to finish the biggest update in the history of CDR, which is wonderful. So, let's see. So set profile picture. So basically, I need to move that script because I don't want that actually in there. So I can just take that out of there. Social menu. This is quite the... Oh yeah, I forgot, I just haven't implemented the social menu in UI v4. That's wonderful, honestly. Let's see. What is this? What even is this? What does this even do? This just opens the home page. It has no references. Okay, what does this... What even references that? It's just... Ah. I'm pretty sure I probably wrote this at like 9:30 at night and then just forgot about it because honestly I have no recollection of writing that. Let's see, where is that called? I'm guessing it's called Okay, hold on, I gotta screenshot that because that's too perfect. Beautiful. Right, so and I need to rewrite the OBJ parser, which is a specification I'm not familiar with, which is lovely. So that's great. I also need to make it so you can't upload like exe files to the image API. I know you know what Unity is, Opa. I know that at least. Let's see. So I also need to add some more image validation. Honestly, Amity, like I can't. That's not even surprising, knowing you. That just sounds like a normal thing. Let's see. So, I really need to focus. Wow. View image, data, button. So now we need to add a button in here. Jank 2 and Jank 3. I love it. Do I want to know what those are? So, okay. So now we need the set as PFP button. And honestly, we could probably do the same thing for setting the room image and just kind of kill two birds with one stone here, I feel like. Because then we can just base it off of if you have permission to change the room image, we can just show the button. And then we don't need to re-implement the image browser for the room management menu. I feel like that would be more efficient. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that. Let's see, so this can just be centered. 005. That sounds lovely. Truly a flawless game with no bugs. That can snap to there. Now this goes to the center. If I can find the center, that would be lovely. There we go. Aha! And now I can bump that over. And add 0.005. Oh no, actually. I don't want to add 0.005, I want to add minus, or plus 0.0025. That was not the right number. Plus 0.0025. Nice, okay. Truly a flawless game. I mean, not that CVR is any better, don't get me wrong. CVR is by no means better, but it's still funny to, you know, be spiteful. So, let's see. I need to adjust the collider on this. By the way, yes, buttons have colliders. That's a thing. Actually, we had L2SL jank for a little bit. We had set authority. But it never got past that because I didn't have time. Or rather, I probably had time. I had a month to develop it, but I didn't have motivation. And so I figured it would probably be easier just to focus on creation tools, which now I'm beginning to regret that decision. Because now Rec Room is starting to talk about releasing a bunch of things in January, including like set authority. So the gimmick value of set authority would be lost after that point. But I'm not sure. That's just speculation though, from what Tyleo was saying. But they do have a lot of things planned in January. But honestly, after January, CVR isn't really my problem anyway, unless it like starts growing. So label. This can be rotated 180 degrees. I keep seeing myself typing while I'm working on this, and it's reflecting in my screen, and I keep thinking that someone's sending another message. 0.01. Set as profile picture. This is, by the way, not good UI. This is by no means good UI. I'm well aware of that. This is honestly just thrown together because I need to get something done today. Because otherwise we're gonna miss this schedule. The UV editor, honestly, is probably one of the hardest things that I could do right now. Because that requires, like, either I need to make the ability to drag objects on the UI, which is a problem in and of itself, or I need to implement the ability to like, basically make a plane out of the triangle that you're currently selecting, and then like project where you're pointing onto that and use that so you can move vertices on the UV map. It's a weird UI idea. I feel like it would be nice, but at the same time it's not really technically feasible because it's a lot of like matrix math, and I don't want to do matrix math. So, and actually, page.length, I just noticed a tiny optimization I can make there, which will decrease the number of allocations by 2. It's not good, but it's better. Although actually I could probably just make this an array, a fixed size array, and then just set individual elements, but honestly I don't want to do optimization right now. I don't really want to work on CVR right now anyway, but oh well. And it's occurred to me that this is actually outdated iterator code, but again, I don't really care. The max resolution for importing textures, there isn't one. In fact, there's almost no validation for importing textures right now. I really need to fix that. Because for some reason it will just let you import a exe as a texture. It will encode it to PNG, and then it will upload it to the API. I have no idea why it thinks that an exe is in fact an image, but it does. So technically there's no resolution, but the API does enforce, I think, a 10 megabyte limit, so you can't upload like a zip bomb or something. Or you could, but it wouldn't be very effective. Yeah. So, right, so we need, yeah, okay. Open image, okay, so basically, in the image view thing, we need serialize field, private, game object m, set as profile picture button. The max upload size for images is 10 megs. The server bandwidth is not really a problem. The main issue actually isn't our server bandwidth, it's the Firebase storage, because we have a limit of 1 gigabyte per day. That's actually what the DOS attack, or not DOS attack, no, I'm thinking of something else. Or, yeah, actually, because they uploaded, I think, 5,000 images, and we hit the limit on the Firebase free tier, which basically just made it so images stopped uploading, which was fun to clear out the vast amount of... It didn't crash, the server stayed up, everything worked still, it was just Firebase wouldn't let us upload images. Everything still worked, I should say. I'd like to point out, it did not crash the server. All it did was stop you from uploading images. Everything else remained intact. You could still play the game, you could still make new accounts, as they did. You could still log in, you could still do whatever, which I'm actually pretty proud of, considering it was running on a server with like 1 gig of RAM. I'm surprised it held up. Probably not, unless we have like income coming in at some point, which isn't honestly very likely. But if we did have income coming in, then we could upgrade. Then we'd probably upgrade the Firebase servers first, because the servers themselves, the API server, not the Firebase, isn't too big of an issue, because we have 24 gigs of RAM, we have like 8 cores. Like, the server is rock solid. It's like a vertical scaling at its finest, honestly. Hi Jai, welcome back. How many people are watching? Still 4, wow. Okay, I need to actually start working. So, I'll talk to you in the background, but my main focus is this. So then I'm thinking we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and set as room picture button. And then basically that just sets the image for the current room, instead of the image for your profile. But I'm not going to make it so you can set the one for a specific... Okay, if I could speak properly. I'm not going to make it so you can set the one for a specific room, it's just going to be the room you're currently in. So you have to go to the room, and then you have to select the image from the social menu. Honestly, it makes no sense, but it's better than nothing, so... And I really don't want to re-implement the image browser twice. That's just... no. So... okay, so... we have image data, and then we need to... is this params? Okay, it's params. That's fascinating. I didn't realize that. So then we need to do m set as profile picture button dot set active data dot taken by dot id equals compensation. Yeah, Visual Studio is honestly like insanely slow, or it was on my old Mac, and I only ever use VS for like specifically purely C# projects, because everything else I'll use like Rust or Node. And honestly, Visual Studio Code has just better support for like every other language, from at least for me. And like I've been using VS Code for a long time, so the keyboard shortcuts and everything are familiar, and I just don't want to switch. Like, I'll use it for .NET projects, but other than that, I see no reason. Anyway, that was a tangent. I should get back to work. set as room picture button, set active data dot taken in room ID equals network manager dot current room ID and data dot yeah, github.dev is nice, but honestly, like, I'd rather just I don't know. Something about github.dev feels off to me. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't feel comfortable with it. But yeah, you should start getting back into Hacknet mods. Those were cool. But yeah, I'd honestly just like I have a bunch of projects just cloned to my hard disk or my SSD. Like I tried to do a 1-layer clone of the Linux kernel, and Git just cried, so that was great. So that didn't work, but like most of the time I'll just clone it to my local computer because it's easier to edit anyway, because I have my own extensions and all that. But yeah, that was a tangent yet again. Okay, so this needs to be taken in the current room ID, and yeah, okay. So now we need two functions. So we need, or two methods. I'm sorry. Public async void set player PFP. Public async void set room PFP, and then I'll just put an error in each of those. That way it won't compile. Which that's the nice thing is the error directive in the C# preprocessor is really nice because I can do things like if not Unity editor error stub and if, and basically this makes it so normally when I'm testing it won't error or anything, right? It will compile fine, but it will throw a runtime error if I were to call this function, right? You can see it throws a new not implemented exception, which basically just stops the execution, right? So that throws an error. But then if I were to try to compile this for a production build, it will give me an error and it won't let me build the game because basically it's like a really bad version of the Rust to do macro. But it works, so it keeps me from making dumb mistakes. So, right, so then if not Unity editor and if open world Hacknet mode. That sounds fun. It seems like you might have performance issues than that. Like, won't that cause... Yeah, honestly, like the JVM is... Actually, I haven't looked into the JVM yet, but things like the CLI, or the CLR and the JVM, the specifications are really interesting, honestly. Like, I mean, heck, that's why I've been like writing my own architecture for an actual like logic gate based 8-bit computer, because like the idea of being able to just design my own architecture and just build from there, from the absolute hardware level, is really appealing. But that's a college project, not a CVR project, so I should get back to CVR. Hi, Icy. Long time no see. It's been a long time, actually. Wow, actually, I don't know how long it's been. It's been like months. Let's see. Still 4 people. Well, it's good to see you, Icy. It's been a long time, actually. Yeah. So let's see. We need to. Yeah, it's not all that clear what I'm doing, but basically I'm making it so that way you can set your profile picture. It'll make more sense once I get into the actual UI stuff, not the code. But So basically, we need to success await task.run async await compensation API.set profile picture. Do we have the image ID saved? We do not, actually, so we need to fix that. Private string viewing image ID, and I'll underscore that so that way I can access it easier. And then we need to open image, viewing equals data dot to string. Cool. So that converts that from an integer into a string of characters, in case you don't know. But basically, now we can just go viewing image ID. I hate how VS Code formats preprocessor directives. I do not want it to get rid of my indentation. I want it to be indented properly as though it were a function call. Is that too much to ask? Probably, but like, it looks better this way. Would you really rather have that? It looks awful. It's probably a parsing thing, but honestly, I don't care. Like, I know most of my languages don't support leading spaces before preprocessing directives, but honestly, like, this is a professional language. It supports preprocessor directives with leading spaces. Why can't I use them? But anyway, so now we need to manager.show loading screen. Okay, you know what, fine. And then manager.clear loading screen. If not success, room join vi.show message. Yeah, but like it still looks terrible. Like, why would I want my preprocessor directives to not be indented? Yes, I know there's probably a config option somewhere, but it looks terrible. Why would it be the default? It has no practical purpose, and it looks worse. Like, why is this in the spec? But fail to set profile picture. If else join UI.show message. Yeah, but like, why can't I just do that inside a function? Or do it manually? It makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. Also, if you use spaces for indentation, politely stop programming. Just never write another line of code, please. Just ever again. Just don't. Ever. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but tabs are better for more reasons than just looks, because tabs are actually better for accessibility too, because some people will change their tab width in their IDE to suit, like, for to be able to see indentation easier or to have things more condensed. So in some cases it can actually be an accessibility thing, like having things as tabs can actually be more accessible because then people can set their indentation size. But anyway, that's another tangent. So successfully set profile picture, enjoy, 1F. Okay, cool. So that's that. I can remove the stub. Yeah, IntelliJ is bad, objectively. Simply use VS Code. That is something that's going to haunt my nightmares, Amity, honestly. Why would tab be a hotkey? Tab is a character, therefore it should be an input, or an autocomplete key. But anyway, I'm probably gonna have to head out, actually. So, yeah, I will see y'all well, probably like tomorrow. But it has been great. Actually, I'll probably wait a second, but I think I can do that in, oh, actually that makes sense, but yeah, so I'll probably just head out randomly here in a couple minutes, but yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I'll probably finish this bit of UI. Show loading screen for 6. I don't even know if we have an API function for setting the room image. Using await compensation API to set room. We do not. That is honestly disappointing because I thought we already had an API call for that. Do we have an API route for that? Image. Do we not? Really? Roles, new, report, subroom, versions, permissions, subrooms, description. Do we actually not have a way to set the room profile picture at all? How do we not? Okay. So, router.post / room ID cover image authenticate token can requires room permission. Do we even have a permission for that? I need to look, actually. Let me look at our database. I'm honestly just gonna look this up in the database because it's easier than trying to find it in code. Let's see. Come on, MongoDB. You can do it. Alright. Role permissions, everyone. Do we not? I could swear that we have permissions. We don't even have a permission for setting the room image. That's weird. Do we have it in the administrator dashboard or something in the room updater? Let me update that. Or admin.json, I think, is the actual extension. I have all of the secret keys hidden just so I can't accidentally click on them. But luckily this doesn't contain secret keys. Or it shouldn't, or we'd have a huge security violation. Okay, wow, we just don't even have a permission for that. That's concerning, actually. That's weird. That's a bit concerning. Okay, so I guess in that case we should, well, first off I need to add an owner thing to this. So true, 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 comma, and rooms should be private by default, not public, because that's just bad. False. Because everything should default to false except for owner permissions. So then let's add a permission. I'll call it set room photo, just for simplicity's sake, and add that as true. And I will copy that down here. And I think I'm probably about done for this one. So I will see you later.